Listen, there's 369 days into the Olympics. You're kind of behind. One more. One more. Get it. Get it. Get it.
Why are you yelling at me?
You want it or not? Huh? Huh? Look, if you want the gold medal, you have to dominate your environment. Think about it. If there's a competition in the mountains, you better climb your ass up that mountain and train. If there's a competition in the desert, you better walk your ass across that desert like Moses and train. Us, we're dealing with water conditions. No problem. I got the best exercise to get you ready. Look, extreme circumstances call for extreme measures. All right, jump in. What?
The water conditions at the venues for the 2016 Summer Olympics is looking pretty crappy, literally. How did it get so bad and are athletes really in danger? Well, just hear me out. What is going on, everybody? It's Anthony, and in this week's episode, don't drink the water. 'Cause if you do, you better pack the Pepto. So you know what the deal is. Keep it locked. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the story, earlier this week, the findings of an investigation conducted by the Associated Press into the water conditions of the swimming and boating venues at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro were released. Now, according to this investigation, the water at these venues is contaminated with sewage and human feces. And as such, presents a huge health threat to the athletes. Now, the investigation cites dangerously high levels of bacteria and viruses in the water where these athletes will be performing. Now, water pollution in Brazil has been a prevalent problem and one that's been well known. See, here, sewage and raw waste run through open air ditches into streams and rivers that feed the Olympic water sites. Now, when asked about the results of these findings, the IOC medical director stated that there's no significant health risks and stated that authorities should continue to stick to the globally accepted norm of testing waters for only bacteria. Now, Doc, that sounds good in theory. The problem is you already have athletes getting sick. The Austrian sailing team has already been training in Rio and they've already voiced their concern, especially when one of the sailors has reported a fever and stomach issues while the team was training on Guanabara Bay. Now, let's not jump the gun here because this could have come from something completely unrelated. However, I do find it somewhat concerning now that you have this report out and now athletes getting sick that are training there. Now, let's get back to the universally accepted norm of testing for bacteria only. Now, see, the problem is US and European authorities have already been trying for years to get them to change this standard, because the majority of illness related to waterborne activities comes from viruses, not bacteria. Now, normally the Olympics is based off of athletic prowess, but it seems like here the gold medalist is going to be the last guy to throw up a lung. Now, the top Brazilian virologist that conducted these tests on behalf of the AP's investigation found high counts of active and infectious human adenoviruses, which cause explosive diarrhea, note the explosiveness, violent vomiting, and other symptoms. So basically what the report says is if you swim in this water, you will turn into the girl from The Exorcist. Now, the levels of the human adenovirus that are found in these waters are roughly equivalent to the amount that would be found in raw sewage. Here's some training advice for the swimmers out there. After you're done doing laps in the pool, then dunk your head in the toilet. Now, it's unfortunate here because when the country gets the Olympics, the country should be better off than it was before they got them. The Olympics should be used as a means to boost the country's well-being and also its citizens. We see that dealing with some of these organizations like the IOC and FIFA, really nothing gets done and the money goes into the pockets of bureaucrats, which is actually sickening. I mean, we've clearly seen what happened with Brazil in the FIFA World Cup. The country really didn't benefit economically, and now you have a whole bunch of stadiums in the middle of the jungle that aren't even being used. My suggestion is take all the stadiums, fill them up with water, and have the events there. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens and if there's any kind of cleanup effort that's going to be made. But, tip of advice to all you swimmers competing in the Olympics, if you see what you think is a wooden log in the water, it's probably not, and you should take the long way around it.